Back again with another shoe review. This time we have the Jordan 6 Retro G. I've been waiting to do this review. Weather has been pretty bad, lots of rain. I decided to give this shoe the trial run on possibly the worst day that I could have after a week of rain. And here are my results. And just if you're new here, I typically rate a shoe on Rockability. Would you wear it out on the course? Golfability, does it perform as a golf shoe? And durability, does it hold up over time? And even though those durability standards change, how does it clean up? Is it able to kind of look like new after like a couple of wears, or does it deteriorate quickly? Let's jump into it. Rockability. I'm a child of the 90s. And when I think about Jordan, I think about all the iconic shoes and designs that came out of that era, things that they're re-releasing these days. And now that has come over to the golf side of things. The sneakerhead culture has definitely crept into the golf world. And that's cool because I think generationally, guys who are in their 40s, maybe touching 50, when they see these shoes, it touches on nostalgia for them. And I am one of those guys as a 40-year-old that when I see these shoes, I get excited. I don't want to go pick them up. So this shoe came out originally in 1991 based on the design from Tinker Hatfield, and Michael Jordan wanted to have more input into the shoe. So this shoe was based on a German sports car design that he had at the time. And so some of the lines and design elements from this shoe come into play. So as you can see here, the shoe has a sleek and classy design with the thoughts of it looking fast and sleek as you kind of pan around here on the shoe, and I'll also show some of the more curated looks of this shoe, but you can see the sleek design. I will say the top line here in the midfoot area does ride a little bit high, and I'll talk a little bit about that later here. But again, just the iconic look of the shoe and just kind of going around. One thing that stands out prominently, and they talked about in the design elements, was this pull tag, which they nicknamed the spoiler, which you can see it does look like a spoiler on a sports car. So very iconic look. And then the shoe bottom here with the Jumpman logo. Again, this shoe was worn on a muddy day. It does have a lot of ridges and grooves in it, so cleaning out the mud took a little bit of extra, but with our affiliate Rejuvenator, you can see that the shoe has come back to life, looks like new. I wasn't going to dig in with a toothpick in every single area and crevice, but doing well. So go check my link in the bio, 10% off your Rejuvenator order. An amazing company. Get your shoes looking right, whether it's your golf shoes or your off the course shoes. It's going to do what it needs to do. So getting back to it, on the design, again, this is the iconic year from this playoff moment that you all remember if you were a fan of NBA in the 1990s. Culminated in Jordan's first championship and a run of 3 in a row. So for that reason, Rockability, if you are a fan of this type of athletic shoe, I give it a 9 out of 10. If you are just the average casual viewer, I can see subjectively, you're probably rating this a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 in that area. It's not going to be a shoe for everybody. It's very polarizing. You either love it or you hate it. I don't think there's going to be any mid-range people that are attracted to this shoe. Nike does not have it listed on their website anymore, but it is available through other retailers in select sizes. So go check it out. See if you can go find it on the internet if you're looking at this date and time. Retail for this shoe was $220 plus tax. So let's get into Golfability. So when I played in this shoe, again, the conditions were pretty rough after a week of rain, had one day to dry off, and then I played my round on a Saturday. The shoe held up well in terms of grip and just being able to perform under the tough conditions that it was faced with. There are spikes on the shoe in the original shoe, and I will hold that up here. So the original shoe, the Jordan 6, there are depressions and holes in the shoe, for court use. And that's different for golf. So in the opposite direction, for the golf aspects of it, this shoe has spikes. So in addition to the spikes that you have here that are screw in, you also have these projections that create grip and are actually the opposite of the golf version. And so that performed very well on course. I had no issues with slipping and sliding. Amazing. I did mention in the description of the shoe that the top of the shoe rode a little bit high in terms of how it fit on the foot. The most comfortable shoe that I've worn here in the most recent months is the Jordan 12. It's an amazing shoe. It has become my go-to, and I have 3 different versions of the Jordan 12. And I did that for a reason, because the comfort and fit of that shoe is amazing. It feels like you're floating, and the way it hugs the top of your feet, it's firm and secure, but not restrictive. And so I really enjoy playing in the Jordan 12. I always tend to refer back to that when I look at fit. And this shoe doesn't fit exactly like that. Again, it rides a little bit high on the top of the foot. Doesn't feel as snug and secure when I'm swinging or just kind of casually walking. It is comfortable. Don't get me wrong, but when I'm looking at performance on the golf course, there are some compromises that come with the design of this shoe that may be necessary for playing basketball, but aren't required for golf. I rate this shoe a 7 out of 10 on the Golfability scale. It doesn't perform as well as other comparable golf shoes. Nike in 2022 put a lot of effort into the fit of their golf shoes and really hit a stride, and I felt like they had really turned the corner, and we're having a hard time missing. We're talking about the Jordan 1, the Infinity Tour Next percentage, all super good, and of course the Jordan 12, which I tried out as well. All these shoes fit amazingly on the foot and corrected maybe some errors from previous iterations of the same shoe. 7 out of 10 when it comes to golfability and comfort. Again, your mileage may vary. I have a slim to medium width foot, so it fit totally fine. You know, I get it. If you have a wider foot, this may fit a little bit tight. It's somewhat narrow when you go side to side on this shoe, so if you have a wider foot, this may not be for you. And again, they only released this in limited stock, and then definitely not in a wide version. You just have the standard. Then we're going to go to durability really quick. I'm not going to beat the dead horse. It was muddy. So cleaning up the shoe, I was worried about were there going to be stains on the stitching part, on the back part of the shoe. Were there going to be issues with getting the shoe clean with all the crevices and the air bubble, all those little small things? No. Shoe cleaned up very well, looks like new after a rough round in the mud, and I think it just held up very well, cleaned up very well. I was able to return it pretty much to like new status. For durability, I look for good things over this shoe. I rate this as a 9 out of 10. I've had shoes that after one wear look really worn, and I think there's a really high quality leather that they've utilized for this shoe, so nothing but high points there. I cannot discourage or dissuade Nike on their material choices. They have done a wonderful job in selecting leathers for their Jordan lineup, and they hold up very well. And so yeah, 9 out of 10. If you get the shoe, it's going to last you a long time, even if it's a weekly wear, which I doubt for most people this is a weekly wear shoe when they go out for rounds. But when you do take it out, it's an easy cleanup. It holds up well. You don't have a lot of scratching. Also worried about scratching and scraping around the black painted areas of that kind of Duralon material that they utilize. Held up amazingly. So go check the shoe out if you can go find it on a retailer. I do recommend this shoe. We are going to continue to do shoe reviews all throughout the year. I have one coming up from True Linkswear that I think you're really going to enjoy. You know, just talk about some different price points and different brands throughout the year as well. I am looking forward to trying out some of the new FJs that are out. So look for that. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Lock in with me. We're going to be dropping a ton of content. Check out the live show on Sunday with my brother, the Bearded Bros Golf Show. Fun time. I release clips throughout the week from that show, just so if you want to get small snippets or watch us live or watch the playback of the live show. We're having a lot of fun on this channel. Catch you on the next one. Peace.